Hello YouTube, welcome to Live Wire, brought to you by Prim Pacific Insurance. I am your host, Don Vito. This is episode 3. Now, the last episode 2, I spoke of service. Today, I want to continue speaking of service in a more broader sense. I spoke of the responsibility of the agent and broker or producer. Today, I want to speak upon service in the form of consumer responsibility, which is service to yourself. What I mean by that is when you approach the agent or the producer or the broker and you ask them for a quote, is it your intention to purchase, or is it merely to find out information? Now, the reason I say it that way is because if you approach the agent, and from this point on, I'm going to say the agent is going to represent the producer, the broker, all alike, okay? So when you approach that person and you start to speak of a line of insurance, the general position of the person you're speaking to is that of wanting to help you. And if you're not clear of your intentions, then that agent very well could be misled. You see, as soon as the phone rings or you receive an email, my favorite, you walk inside of the agency and the Q&A session starts. The agent is upbeat, attentive, and now you're going through products and different scenarios. Wouldn't it be better if it was stated from the very beginning, I'm interested, but I have a future date. I may be 90 days out, 6 months, and I'm just kind of get myself familiarized with anticipated cost. Now, the agent is in a different mode because you stated your intention. You, as a consumer, you have the power to create the mood by your intentions. And the only way that that will be known is if it is expressed. I'm going to go into why I'm bagging into service this way. And I'm sure that folks on this call are probably asking themselves, why am I bagging in this way when I'm speaking of service? What I'm alluding to is, if the bar is raised just a little higher than it is presently, it will benefit everyone. And how I mean that is, rather than the agent being signaled that he has the possibility of gaining a client at that very moment, when you, the consumer, fully knows that you, no matter what is said or shown by the agent, are not in a position to purchase. That is key. The consumer is aware of when they're in a position to purchase. Now think about what I'm saying for a second. If the consumer is aware of when they need the product that they're inquiring about, that means that the consumer is in control. Okay. Now we're going to pause that, and I'll go back and tell you what I mean by that, but now let's continue to move forward. The agent also has service responsibility. Agents out there, there is nothing wrong with simply asking, is this something that you plan on doing today, perhaps tomorrow, or in the near future? Now, once you qualify the person that is in front of you on the phone, or you're responding to an email, that should place you, the agent, in a different mode also. And by that I mean the sense of urgency is no longer there. At this point, you are more of a reference person, not an agent that's going to execute an insurance line anytime soon. So now you go into the second part of servicing that customer by asking them in detail what it is that they need and why. We're going to go back to the customer now, who is fully aware of what they need, why they need it, more importantly, when they need it. And it's not that I'm going back and forth between the consumer and the broker or the agent and or producer, which in fact I am. The reason for that is because I have been on both sides. And every agent definitely can understand what I mean. You see, we're human also. Just as we know what we need, the customer before us knows when they need it. It is our job to deliver what they need. And that is done by servicing the customer. And as a consumer, you have stake by stating your intentions. So that is your investment in yourself. By stating up front your intentions will greatly predict how you are serviced. You see, because ultimately, what everyone wants is to have the needs and products match. And once the need and product matches, that part of the service has been fulfilled. Now we're speaking about retention and longevity, customer satisfaction. All of these come after service. You see, service is the initial act. It is the greatest opportunity to merge a long time relationship. And that is the key. That is the ultimate goal for the consumer, the agent, and the corporation and companies that the agent represents. Everyone wants service of the highest quality, satisfaction, and the highest possible marks to be given, and retention. You have to retain what you have acquired. And that acquisition in the form of a new client, customer, that relationship, just as it was nurtured in the beginning, you maintain it with continuous service actions, and you will actually receive referrals. You will not even have to ask, because pride will play a role in benefiting not only yourself and your agency and your customers and future customers alike. Once again, this has been Don Vito. I'm going to close out, and I wish everyone my kind of success. Please, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave those inside of the comment section. Allow me 48 hours to respond. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.